Right, off we go. We're going along Whetstone High Road at the moment. My aim is to get to Camden. I didn't really have much of a plan. I got the GPS, but I didn't really take too much notice of it, to be honest, at times. And I was really indecisive as well, which is, well, it's just me, really. So anyway, down Totteridge Lane now. This is windy. I mean, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Pretty cold, a little bit damp. But no traffic. Right, we're going to take a left into Longland Drive. And this is quite a long road, actually. And I was, for some reason, I was thinking I was going to go straight to the end of it and completely forgot that you can take a left through Whetstone Stray, which is part of the Dollis Valley Green Walk, I believe. And you'll see I miss the turning and I have to turn around and come back. It's easy to miss, as you'll see. It doesn't really stand out too much. So there it is. Here we go. Whetstone Stray. And again, because it was really early, there's no one around, but you usually get quite a few walkers, dog walkers. You get a few cyclists as well, but not today, just me. And this actually goes really far. You can actually follow it. You can go underneath the A406 near Henley's Corner, and then it will lead to Golders Green. Just over there, it gets really muddy. So I didn't really fancy that. So we're going to go up Laurel View. And again, it's really quiet. There's no one around. If it was weekday or a little bit later, even on a Sunday, it'd be quite busy here. And again, on this road, which is Holden Road, it was dead today, which is brilliant. Can be a bit hairy if you're cycling down through here during the daytime, during the weekdays, because the cars don't really like to give you too much space. And, well, it's just a bit of hassle, and who wants hassle? Not me. So along this road, we have Woodside Park Tube Station on the left, which is part of the Northern Line, for those who don't know. And it's just up there on the left. And if you're wondering, I have sped the video up because otherwise it would take I think it's like 45 minutes, the journey. And that's a long time to be watching a video of just point of view cycling. Anyway, Holden Road. We're going to take a left here. Up Argyle Road. And then we're going to take a right before the bridge and go parallel with the Northern Line. You won't see it, but the next tube station is West Finchley. And this is Courthouse Road. And West Finchley tube station is basically on the left behind those houses, really. But like I say, you won't see it. Not in this video. And at the end of Courthouse Road, we're going to take a right on to Nether Street. And this is another, I think there's like 3 or 4 streets in this video that are really, really long. And Nether Street is one of them. and are usually quite busy, but again, because it's early on a Sunday morning, it's not that busy. I did notice that the roads around Barnet are really bad most of the time. Some of them are okay, but most of them are just like really bad and got potholes, and some of it is not that comfortable to cycle on. But it's still fun anyway. So I think it was about here that I decided that I didn't want to go this way. I would have preferred to have gone down the high road through North Finchley, over the A406 towards East Finchley. So I recognise this area and I knew I could double back on myself at the end of Nether Street. So that's what I did. So at the lights here, I will be turning left onto Regis Park Road through Finchley Central, and just opposite there is Finchley Central Tube Station, which is on the Northern Line. So yeah, here is Finchley Central, and I probably wouldn't really be all that keen on cycling through here if it was any later on any other day, because it gets a little bit busy. People don't drive all that careful either. I remember taking an Uber home from the city once, and the driver said that he really likes driving home because there's no speed camera, so he can go as fast as he likes, which is a bit worrying. But anyway, so here I wasn't really paying attention to the GPS, but I knew I wanted to turn right somewhere, so I thought, why not go down the Ridgeway? And stupidly, I thought, yeah, I'll just go until the end of the Ridgeway and I'll be on the high road towards East Finchley. But I was wrong. It's a dead end. So I have to turn around and go a different way. So we go down Parkside. And then at the end of Parkside, we take a left into another really, really long road. And this one's actually called Long Lane. And I believe that's Victoria Park on the left, which is pretty nice. So we're going towards the high road that leads to East Finchley. So we'll go straight over here, continue on Long Lane. And we'll go under a bridge, and that is the A406. And I thought I was somewhere else and got a little bit cocky and decided to ignore the GPS again. And I turned left. And again, I was wrong. And I had to turn around and come back out. So here is the A406, going under that. And here is another mistake I made. Font Hills. And at this point, I have no idea where I am. So I just pay attention to the GPS. After all, that is what it's for. For some strange reason, I really like the layout of this part. So this is Church Lane, and yeah, I thought it had a nice feel to it. And it was about here I recognised where I was. There's a pub on the right here coming up, which I've not been in, but keep me into going. And we're going to come out on the high road that leads to East Finchley. And we've got some cycle lanes, which is brilliant. East Finchley is pretty cool. There's record shop I go to just up on the left here, which is pretty cool. There's a couple of nice pubs I like. Bold-Faced Stag is all right. A couple of nice coffee shops. I don't come out here a lot, but when I do, it's pretty nice. And it would normally be pretty busy if it was any later in the day, on any other day, to be honest. Bold-Faced Stag on the right there. That's a bit dodgy. So we're coming down past East Finchley Tube Station, which will be on the right. Again, on the Northern Line, for those who don't know. And we're going to go underneath the Northern Line now. And I nearly took a right here at the Bishop's Avenue, but I thought I'd do that in a different video. So we've got some nice cycle lanes briefly. This is quite a deceptively tiring hill, but because I've got an e-bike, it doesn't really bother me anymore. Just about to get onto Archway Road, and this is where I started to get a little bit indecisive. I quite fancied getting off of the main road here, even though there are some cycle lanes. I was starting to think maybe it's going to get quite busy, so I thought if I take a right and go through the neighbourhood here, I can get on a road called North Hill and runs parallel to this, and it'll be a little bit quieter, so that's what I did. This is Highgate, another place I like. And funnily enough, got some nice pubs as well. So this is quite a straightforward cut through here. And again, thank God I got an e-bike, because North Hill is pretty taxing. And it's pretty tiring for someone who's unfit and unused to cycling as I am. So a couple of decent pubs up here. Got the Bull, which is on the right, just past this crossing here. It's pretty nice. And then a bit further up, there's a Wrestlers. I think there's a couple more, but that's the only two I know of. Again, this 20 mile per hour speed limit, I love this because I can keep up and hopefully keep up with the traffic and it feel a little bit safer. But I think drivers tend to, when they see a cyclist, they automatically think they need to overtake because they're going to go slow, even though I can keep up with this speed limit. But anyway, take a right down to Highgate West Hill, and I'm sure most people know that George Michael used to live down here on the right. And I think Highgate Cemetery is not too far from here as well. Not been there yet, but I might go. Highgate West Hill, this was pretty hairy, this hill. Pretty steep. I had to, it was a struggle to keep below 20 miles an hour. I kind of like the layout of here as well. This is pretty cool. Highgate Road, and surprise, surprise, there's another pub up here on the left that I kind of like the look of. I think it's called the Bull and Gate, I think. I'm not sure. I've not been there yet. And we're heading towards Kentish Town, and I wasn't actually paying attention to the GPS until the last minute when it told me to turn right just here. So I just caught it in time. And this was quite a nice little road. And I'm not sure it'll translate, but just up here, a guy was cleaning out his car, and he didn't see me, and it was pretty close call. He was shaking out his carpet just here. Yeah, the video didn't really do it any justice, but it was really close. And I forgot I just bought a new horn, and I didn't get to use it. Wish I could have used it then. Right, take a right on Gordon House Road, but not for too long. Once we get under the bridge here, the second bridge rather, we're going to take a left by another pub, which I've not been in this one. Up through Oak Village. We're headed in a direction of Kentish Town, I believe. And we pick up one of the cycleways. Not sure which one it is, but it's pretty nice. And again, it was totally dead. And quite a nice ride around here. This is all totally unfamiliar to me, so it's quite interesting looking around, seeing where I was and looking at all the different buildings. I'm going to take a left here, and for some reason I thought that the traffic lights weren't picking me up. I don't even know if they have a sensor. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, as it wasn't that busy, I thought I would just nip up on the pavement and use the crossing. Anyway, Castlehaven Road, nice smooth surface this was. And again, I don't know where I am. Just enjoying looking around, looking at the different buildings. Now, I might have mentioned that I'm not the most bravest of cyclists, and I had a little panic here. I'm not sure where I was going, so I had to stop, a little look around, got my bearings, and continued, and then decided to do a quick right turn here. Got a little bit cocky as well, and didn't pay attention to the GPS, and up here realised I wasn't where I wanted to be, so I hopped up on the curb and crossed over, and we're headed towards Camden High Street. But I thought I'd take a right here. And we're nearly at the destination. Take a left here on, I think it's Hawley Crescent, yeah. And then for some strange reason I decided to go up on the path, but there was no one around because it's quiet. And all is good. And in the distance there, you can see the famous Camden lock sign. And that is it. The journey home was a lot more eventful. I got a puncture. Maybe I can salvage some video. I'm not sure I was recording the whole thing, which is annoying. And maybe I can put that up as well. But yeah, that was Whetstone to Camden High Street.